My name is Raffael Marty. I run research and intelligence for a company called Forcepoint. We're a security product vendor, and we're really focused around escaping today's approaches of finding the latest attack and moving into a world of understanding human and device behavior to understand where there are attacks. I grew up here in Switzerland, went to ETH, graduated here, but then 16 years ago, I moved out to San Francisco, where I lived for quite a long time, worked for a number of different product companies. And just 3 months ago, I moved over to Austin, which we call home at the moment. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't like to look back. I like to look forward generally. But 2019 was definitely a year that a lot of people were talking about artificial intelligence, and they thought, oh, this is going to be the solution for everything that happened in cybersecurity. We can finally solve the big bad problem of finding all the hackers out there. I guess we all realized that was not the case, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. So we all have a job still. And then there's still some old problems that are prevailing. It's phishing, it's ransomware, and we still don't have a handle on them, especially phishing, still the number one way that attacks are starting as the number one sort of patient zero problem that we have, and it hasn't changed yet. Definitely more of the same. I think this phishing ransomware it's going to stay around. There's I was talking a little bit in my talk here about all the new technologies that are coming up, right? We have 5G, we have more IoT than before. We already had a lot of that, but it's getting worse. We have more things going to the cloud, new technology, new SaaS services. Who knows what the next big technology is, right? It's just getting more complicated, and we have to somehow secure our organizations from all these different things. And I think that's what's really going to keep us busy for the next few years. And if we don't find an approach that's agnostic from all the different problems and attacks and adversaries, then we're going to be in deep problems. I think if it's probably thinking about how can you escape the cat and mouse game? How can you get away from looking at just like threat-based security and understand, well, how do my users interact with my data? And start figuring out how to characterize that and start building a solution around that. So all the different things you can do to understand where is my critical data, what is being done to the critical data, how is it moving around, how people are using that. We're doing a lot of research on it. We're trying to understand how are people behaving and why are they doing the things they're doing so that we can understand what is normal in an organization and what happens when someone compromises your credentials, for example, because then they're going to act differently from you, and we will find if someone did that. So that's super interesting work, lots of very early work, but I think that's the only way we can escape the cat and mouse game and finally show the hackers how it's done.